Okay, it was a little false start. I wanted to check the time, which I always failed to do. 7:45. This is starting. Be back at the room at 9:40. Like an hour and 15. Eastern Corinth Road, in which the repeated Confederate attacks came up, and their markers are sent to the side. I can see them. I don't know if you can. So you see, you can't really see them until they hit that ridge right there. So you're not shooting at them until they're right fucking there. And many times I've been here and never thought of that. Confederates put a monument here. Arkansas. There's the Arkansas monument. See the Union line down the sunken road. They're saying they got right to here. I mean, they put the monument there for a reason. They put that monument there. They're saying they got right to here. None of the attacks were like directly across Duncan Fields. There may have been one where half the line was poking out into the field, but in general they were attacking up through these woods. Multiple attacks. I remember when I was studying this intensely, I feel like it was 6 separate attacks, and these are 4 markers for 4 different attacks right here. And there's the Putnam stump, J.D. Putnam. Four to 5 p.m. So it's probably some of the later attack, Woods attack. I'm not going to keep saying it that I used to know, but I used to know. Looks easy to walk in there. It's open. Just kind of tripped on a whole stick, branch. And just where I'm standing, bullets were just whooshing back and forth through the air. Many hundreds and thousands of them. Gibson's brigade, I know Gibson was treated unfairly by his commander, Braxton Bragg. Well, his commander's the division commander. It was Bragg. Louisiana and one Arkansas. 4 charges over this ground between noon and 2:30. Each time repulsed with heavy loss. I mean, that's one of the heavy-duty plaques in the entire battlefield. They're all meaning of combat, any plaque you see, but 4 charges over into the Hornets nest, and I'm not sure when that exactly got its name, but into the thicket, into the intense fire. Man, I should come back here. It's nice to give my eyes a break from the contacts. He shouldn't say standing on this spot. Yeah, I'm going to read about those 4 attacks. The mood with the lighting is just so nice right now. Even though the attacks were made around noon, so I'm already thinking like, well, when she comes here, it won't be this kind of atmosphere, the quietness. There'll be more cars driving through for certain. It's in area 1. 3:30, so after the 4 attacks by Gibson came Anderson. Louisiana, Texas, Florida. Confederate Guards Response Battalion. You can laugh, but they were all business. And one more. Oh, someone walking the dog into the quietude. Stevens. There's a cool shot right there. All four. Stevens. First attacks. Morning. Good. How are you? You live out this way?
Yeah, I live around.
That's awesome, man. You're able to walk through here every day.
Beautiful every day, yes sir.
Yeah, incredible. J.D. Putnam, company at 14th Wisconsin volunteers. That guy seems to be like in ship shape. Yeah, we gotta come out here. Company at 14th Wisconsin, you can see. Still being legible. Wow. Oof. Wow, how loud that bark is and how it echoed. Almost as if in like a canyon. This is just a reminder that then there was attacks coming in the other direction on the next day. Yeah, man. This is what we're going to do today. We're going to come to this area. We're going to read the accounts of these attacks and hope she digs it on an intellectual stimuli level. Stevens, Henderson, Gibson. Let's see. The sounds of industry going on in that direction. At least that's where the sounds are coming from. It's around here. I'm wondering if I should get the book, scout out parts to read, or just go for it in the moment. The 4 different brigades, one of which made 3 different pushes up this way. being mowed down, really. Like this was, and it wasn't like the area itself was this massively strong defensive position. It was just this thicket, like I mean, just sheets of fire coming from just beyond, sheets of fire coming head level, chest level, from rifles and cannon, and you can't see them. I mean, that was, many battles were like that. You can't see, but sun just rising, just going up. I like how I never have an idea on these morning solo walks where I'm going to wind up. Even as I land on the battlefield, I don't know where I'm going to go. Just sort of happens organically. Walking sideways along the length of the line. It's nice and open in here. This would be good. And the terrain is all leaves from last year, so there's no grass growing, which means she can come through here. Gotta watch those spider webs. I can see some now glinting in the sun. And there's a big, heavy web. We were originally going to check out this morning. We still would have had the day here, but it would have had the feel of, as the light crashes through, you know, the feel of finality of, fuck, we're leaving today, but we are not leaving today. And you see line after line of butternut colored troops coming this way. Oh, this one right here. Spider right there. So you do have to watch for that. Might have to cut Spider Point. It's an old reference. I don't even know the last time I was here. I wish I knew. It was with Hector. I don't know why I'm loath to go deeper in, as if, well, I'm going to do this later. Will she be brave enough to do it? It's not really that big of a deal. The fires, spider webs, just wide open to walk in here. Fighting in both directions. Going this way April 6th. Fighting in this direction April 7th. That's unfortunate. A little bit of litter. I'm not gonna pick it up. Tim Lyons would pick it up. He would be picking that shit up. And this is Stevens Anderson. So Steven Anderson. Trying to think of a way to remember it. And Gibson. Kind of all standard names. Steven Anderson, Gibson, and 2030. Why did the 20th Louisiana retire from the field? They were like, fuck this shit. It's 8:05. I finally know what time it is. It's like been the standard routine, but I just never had a clue where I am time-wise. There's a big one right here. 4 charges. And Bragg. Braxton Bragg. Oh, Woods Brigade. It listed, interestingly, it lists the regiments first instead of listing the names first. 9th Arkansas, 8th Arkansas, 27th Tennessee, 44th Tennessee. 4 regiments wide. It could be like, I mean, anywhere from 1,600 to 2,000 guys. So it's going to stretch off in each direction to both sides of the woods, using the road as the anchor, you know. So that means some motherfuckers were in the middle of the road, but maybe because it was so wide open compared to the woods, they crowded back into the woods and left the road without going up the road. There's a big ass rock in there. I know, I remember finding that before. Actually, I don't remember it, but I know I must have. And then you just know people were hiding behind it. My legs feel a hell of a lot better today, walking wise. Really, because they were like shit yesterday. My worst walking day on the battlefield ever. It was my birthday. If I bring my book, it's harder to carry everything. Check, we'll do the book later, I guess. And studying the book at home still being viable, but here I am right now. Just the line curves here, kind of like heading this way. I was originally going to walk down the Duncan Field line. That was my first thought. And I was moved to do what I just did, which was very good. I mean, they're sort of pointing in different directions, but the lines have to change. stretching all the way into Davis's wheat field. Alright, I just had the image that I was going to let Ray know that, hey man, I just made a Hornets nest video, dude, and I'm going to put it up on YouTube and I'll send it to you. And I know he will watch it, and that's good. And I know I'll have an audience, at least of one. There's the famous Hornets nest sign that I've just happenstancely taken many pictures of people next to. I tried to take one of myself right there. I don't think I actually have one of me. Maybe I do. I don't even know. Yeah, maybe we'll hang out in the Hornets nest area today. She's getting, I mean, it's happened in spurts, but we're getting all over the park. So we're gonna have a morning spurt, and then we'll do it a late afternoon spurt. And she might watch it too, I don't know though. Email Munch. I thought that was a car at first. It was just the base of a headquarters monument. Quite a nice shot there. Just the size of the park. I've stated this before, but the bicycle is seemingly the best conveyance on the battlefield. Oh, the size of that spider web and spider. There he is. There he is. You gotta be careful when you're walking that you don't face plant one of those suckers. Big ass boys. He's going from that branch down to the ground. Is his web, which is pretty impressive. It's like 15 feet. The pause of like 4 seconds. leaf just fell right in front of me. Just thoughts just hit me that this right here is probably one of the actually visual areas that of nicety on the Shiloh battlefield. And it does have significance in the fact that right on the other ridge line is where the Confederates massed their 50 to 60 cannon late in the afternoon to blast this position that I am currently standing in into oblivion. But a newbie is always going to think, well, attacks came across this field, but actually, and the answer at first is no, but actually, the left end of the attacks on the Hornets' nest would have poked out through here, through this wood line. Mostly been in there. All those attacks. Forward. Zoom a little more. Sorry, I'm just looking at the grass there. I was deep in thought that I was actually looking down on this whole scene from well above, and this giant set of eyes just rising above that ridgeline, and how this universe is really inside of us and not outside of us. Sorry for the deepness, the depth. That's what I was thinking. It's fucking so beautiful here. And it's fucking beautiful. Colored leaf that fell just out of my camera view. Whatever industrial thing is going on is the only man-made sound I can hear. If the camera's picking that up or not. Oh, looking at the direction of those 4 attacks now. Have some water. Camera, phone is resting on the 12th Iowa monument. And I've done this at this spot before. And I didn't have, oh, was I recording it? I don't know. I know I've hung out here before on solo. I'll have one more solo morning tomorrow. I'm just trying to think of where to go. Gettysburg, has all these vistas. Well, the main one is Little Round Top, but there's others and towers and stuff. Shiloh mostly not, and I'm trying to think of any. Fraley Field's got a vista, but this one you're just right in the thick of the fighting, and so this is the prettiest spot on the battlefield. I'm thinking Pittsburgh Landing is good. I'm thinking I'm out of view, but I'm probably in view. There goes a ranger. Maybe not. Only if he had binoculars on me would he see what was happening. Paranoia creeps in. Stupidity. Yeah, we were at some monument last night, Victoria and I, on the Illinois State Monument, and there was cockroaches all over it. There was a big cockroach mound right at the base of it, like up against the monument. And I'd never seen that before. That was a little creepy. I need to tell her I've never seen that before. I just played it off like, hey, be cool, it's no big deal. She had a cricket at Shiloh Church, She had a cricket. Well, it's probably zoomed way in on me. On her hand and just naming it and talking to it, and she loved it. I said, well, why do you like that on you? But she goes, well, I don't want the jumping things. I'm like, it's a cricket. It's a jumping thing. But it's been really interesting and fun. I'd have to say it's exceeded my expectations. I need to tell her that as well. In spite of, any ups and downs. This is the place, man. Should I put my contacts in later? I almost never wear my glasses. You don't know what a bonus you're getting. What a morning. It's like closing in on 8:30 a.m. Thursday morning. Day after my birthday. Last year, we were still at Antietam the day after, but we were headed to Gettysburg that afternoon. Yeah, that was a spectacular. This is very, very nice. Okay, squirrel fight is going on. We had dinner last night at Molly Monday's. It's Ray. If you had ever known this place was there, we would have been there all the fucking time. It's really cool. And they've been there forever. We just never had a Google search ability, or I guess we didn't ask around. Because we were just doing Subway, McDonald's. I remember there was like a Hardee's or something I did a breakfast there, but I'm glad I'm being able to record this because I've had many, many trips here without recording them, and they just are gone from my memory. I just know that I was here. That awesome map that I thought I'd be able to buy with the visitor centers closed. I don't even know that they would have that map anyway. They hadn't had it. I just got to order it again the really good one that has all the trails and monuments on it. Badass maps. th Iowa Tuttle's Brigade, W.H.L. Wallace's 2nd Division, Army of the Tennessee. Where should we go? To the 31st Indiana? Seems like that's fitting. Let's do that. Give me a second. Put my shit together. There's a handle on that. Whip around 360. That you were looking at. Just down there where they were coming out of, right? I would have kept you looking that way if I could have. By you, I mean the viewer, of course. Okay. There used to be a plaque over here that is gone now. Placard. It's 45 minutes in, sorry, 7:45. It's 8:30. So I have like 40 minutes, I guess, before I go back. So catch the breakfast buffet at Molly Mondays is the plan. Pull back just a bit there. So it's always our first stop, lunch. A nice picture. Me car. Yeah, I feel good now. Walk. We would always park right here. And drive down, park right there. Walk of this way. And I know I never really spent the time at these places. We'd go to 31st, we'd hang out, we'd drink our rum and cokes. 14th Iowa. I swear that these guys were at Pilot Knob. 12th maybe. Maybe it was one of those two. Though we're also at Pilot Knob. That's pretty wild. Inside Fort Davidson. 2.5 years later. Jesus. Over 2.5. We would seldom swing all the way in here. Check this one out. If I am of a mind to let her sleep in, you just get breakfast somewhere else, not the huddle house. I don't even want to talk about that here on the battlefield. A portion of the regiment reformed. The rest of them ski-daddled to the landing at 9. 60 attached themselves to the 14th and fought with it during the day and were captured with it. Yeah, it's our boys, 21st Missouri, man. David Moore, I think that was his regiment. This crazy lump on this tree, man. How the hell? Have I ever done this in the morning? To 4. Surrendered. Wait, what? Well, this is Hickenlooper. But what's all that stuff down in the blocking the trail? There's a way through. We're not going to go all the way to the cabin, just to 31st. As if you're watching Ray, yes, you know that's where we went to, 31st Indiana. This is the walk to it, occurring 53 minutes 54 into the walk. Another one of Prentice's boys attacked by surprise early in the morning. Those who remained stayed right here. Can't see shit. Alright, we're almost to the 31st. It's through those woods somewhere, but we're on this path, which was known for years as the Sunken Road. But it's not very sunken. And no soldiers ever referred to it as such. That name didn't appear until like 30 years later. Just made this walk with all the fellas. Wish I would have done it with Alex. Ray, Dave, Randy, Tim, W, Tim, L, Dave Carroll, maybe. That's the one I don't know for sure. Maybe not. 57. No, you're pointing up at the sky. 57 minutes. This is the area where we would hang out, right here, behind the monument. And I never saw another human during those times. I'm just thinking how I'm happy to have this record, because all those times were pre-cell phone, pre-motherfucking cell phone. I want water. Monument, Indiana style. Rough stuff happened right out there with the woods burning and stuff, and you know why we attach ourselves. I don't want to start going like, why do we get into this stuff? You know, it's escapism in a sense, and it's this epic event, you know, and to learn about it takes a lot of time, and it's like a big pool. You just jump into it and think about the whole war and all the stuff there is to learn. It's just this epic event that occurred here in America, and then all these little epic events all over the country. Here, first one here, Shiloh. And we're like still kind of connected to the Hornets nest line, and that direction is the Sarabelle cotton field and the cabin and the peach orchard, and Larkin Bell field that way, and back that way to the Eastern Corinth Road, and the scene of those many Confederate attacks. I guess 5 or 6, but they were piecemeal and they were unsupported, and they weren't executed well, and they paid the price for it. Wonder if you're hearing this is like one of those tree grinding machines, the branch, and I throw it in there. That's not the word, there's a word. Here I am at Shiloh. It's like I'm tripping out, like I'm actually here right now. This moment now, I'm at Shiloh. I'm already, every other moment I'll be watching that. So, you know, it's fleeting how the thing always is fleeting. Everything. As it passes, if you have sex with, you know, the most hottest sex symbol in the world, it comes and there it goes, and it's in the past. Anything you do, there it goes on the conveyor belt. So by embracing the moment and everything in it, that doesn't happen. Everything's here in the now. It's right here. I put a blanket over this place, as we all have it, as the Battle of Shiloh. You know, even to say this is the earth is a blanket. It's a label. What is it then? It's a ball of living things, ball of life, a living ball that's soaring through around this star that lights it up, lighting it up right now. The light you see me in is from that star that's right there. Here we go. I mean, it's always got to go deep at some point. So, see how much you can stand. You, the viewer.